Okay, we're here at Dick Sparky Haller Field, and we're just about ready to play baseball in a big Frontier Athletic Conference clash. The host Ironmen taking on the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions. We are getting started a little bit late. An issue with the umpires just being able to get here is what it came down to. But nonetheless, we are ready to play. The Ironmen have taken the field. Washington Courthouse getting ready to come to bat. And Dan, we've covered FAC baseball for several years, and we know automatically when these two teams get together, it's going to be a key game. Ironmen come in 5-0, 2-0 in the FAC. The Blue Lions are 3-1. They also are 2-0 in the FAC.
Pete Wilson, this has been quite the rivalry the last couple years, and you know, Jackson went 10-0 in the league last year. That means we beat Courthouse twice here at Sparky Haller Field, 5-2. Beat them on the road, 11-5. But you know what? They won the one that really counted the most in the district tournament over at Athens when they defeated the Ironmen in the last game of the Ironman season, 6-3, and that was a heartbreaker.
It absolutely was. Of course, over there at Ohio University, Ironmen actually led, but then, you know, lost the game. In the late stages, Washington Courthouse went on to the district final, lost to Waverly. Waverly ended up being the team from our area to make the regional. And I know this Jackson team here, same goals that they've always had, shooting for that 20-win level, which is so hard to get to, and then, you know, win the FAC as they did last year, and then go as far as they can in the tournament.
Abbreviated pregame show, but a shout out to Stockroom 601. They are our pregame and postgame hosts.
All
and
right.
We certainly appreciate their sponsorship.
We certainly do. Stepping in, leading off is Aiden Osborne, and he is going against Jackson's Gavin Jones, as expected, the hard-throwing senior right-hander who, Dan, has been splendid this year. Spectacular, maybe, has not given up an earned run yet this season.
Hate to say we expect it out of Gavin, but he is your reigning FAC Player of the Year, his junior season. Would love to see him or some Jackson Ironman get another Player of the Year award.
Right, and of course the conditions, 51 degrees. The weatherman on the phone says the wind chill is 36 degrees, and I'll say that we can confirm that.
Yes, we can, and you're going to hear the noise in the background. It is very windy out there today, and you're going to hear it. It is blowing from left to right field. And we got a lefty in Osborne leading off. Pete Wilson, if someone could lift one up to right center field, they are going to have an advantage with the wind pushing that baseball out of the park.
Right, wind blowing to the west, which means left to right. And Aiden Osborne takes a strike on the third pitch after a 3-0 count. Jones, of course, has had outstanding control in his whole career, and he started out that way this year as well. 3-1 pitch is swing and a miss. Took something off that pitch, did Gavin Jones, and he's come back from a 3-0 count to make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch to the left-hand hitting Osborne is up high, and Courthouse gets their lead runner on base, trots down to first base, and this will bring up Bryson Heath, the shortstop.
Don't care what you say. Jackson's been out here warming up a long time, but then they had to wait. We waited a little bit of a delay to get the umpires here, and it takes a while to warm up today, and to stay warm's nearly impossible.
A little bit uncomfortable for everybody, a little bit of mental toughness in the equation there when you're dealing with these circumstances. Pitch is called on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike.
Obviously the battery of Gavin Jones and Noah Ernst, 2 of the very best players within the league. Nice curveball, just a little outside. Just always curious to see if anyone's going to attempt much running against Noah Ernst. We have seen very little of it so far this season.
I think there was 1 stolen base against him in the last game here. But no, they don't try a whole lot against him. Osborne is getting a good lead over there, and that's called strike 2. Ironman defense, Noah Ernst, as we said, is behind the plate. Gavin Jones, the pitcher. Over at first base is Garrett Legg. Pitch is high and away, ball 1. At second base is Tucker Williams. Shortstop, Ryan Simons. Over at third base, Easton McGraw. In the outfield, left to right, we have Bodie Wooford, Nolan Johnson, and Jensen Green. Curveball stays outside for ball 3. Count is full to Bryson Heath. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Osborne, let's see if he's running on the 3-2 pitch with nobody out here in the top of the first. And that pitch is fouled back at us. He wasn't going. Ironmen have a busy week ahead of them. They were supposed to play at Courthouse last night. That game was postponed ahead of time because they saw the weather report, and by golly, we did get some storms. They wouldn't have got that game in. Instead, oh my gosh.
That was close.
That was very close. The batter kind of took a long look back at the umpire and was given the go-ahead there. So now we have 2 runners on base and nobody out. Coach, I talked to Coach Brian Yeasel, the head coach of Washington Courthouse, before the game. He's been very, very pleased with the pitching, not so pleased with the offense and the defense.
Weather has been brutal this spring, and I do think, you know, we see, wow, that is going to be a difference.
Deep to right field. It's back there, back there, back there. And it's out of here. A 3-run homer for Sam Lotz. He hit a towering ball to right field. And as we said, he's got a little bit of wind helping him there. And what a terrific start for the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions in this one. A 3-run homer to start the game after 2 walks.
That was a first pitch hit that he turned on. We just mentioned the breeze, the boost you get going from left to right field, but I don't think that one needed a lot of help.
No, pretty well hit.
Yes, it was.
Here is Will Miller, who is the center fielder, and that pitch is down low, ball 1.
Jensen Green turned and ran for a few minutes, and then when he stopped, I thought, uh-oh, that one's gone.
Curveball stays outside.
Jackson 5-0 on the season. Courthouse 3-1. Both teams 2-0 within the league. Courthouse defeated Chillicothe twice. Last week we got Hillsborough both times.
10-6 and 3-1 were those scores. It came from behind to beat Chillicothe in that second game. And that pitch is hit in the air. Simon's back pedals. It looks like he's going to take it, and he does in shallow center field. So the Ironmen get their first down on a pop fly to center field taken by the shortstop, out number 1. Here's Gavin Kaufman, who is the catcher.
Since we've talked to everybody, Pete, Jackson traveled over to Chillicothe to get to take on Fairland, the Fairland Dragons last week. Came away with a 4-1 victory. Left fielder Bodie Wooford had an outstanding outing on the mound for the Ironmen.
And that is hit deep to center fielder. Center fielder falls down, and that's going to fall in there. Nolan Johnson started in, slipped. I don't know whether they would have had a chance to get him or not because it was kind of between the infield and the outfield, but it fell in there, and then hustling all the way, Gavin Kaufman's at second base.
That's one of the things, we talk about how grass a little thick in the infield, but in the outfield, there's water that's held out there, and I just wonder if he hit a slick spot there, fell down, couldn't quite get back up and get to it. By the time he did get to it, that was excellent hustle by Kaufman to just dig his way around there and end up at second.
Right, we're probably thinking that there would be no throw, but there is a ground ball by the second baseman into right field. Let's see if Kaufman's going to try to score. He takes the big turn, stays there, and going to second on the throw home is Cooper Robertson. And so Courthouse having a heck of a first inning. Kaufman does not score, but he is in scoring position over there at third. Robertson with the second hit, the third hit of the inning for Courthouse, and the inning continues. The Blue Lions already have plated 3 runs here in the top half of this first inning. And Cooper Robertson goes down to second base.
Yes.
Uncontested steal?
No, he ended up on second, Pete, when they made the throw home.
Right, that's right. He just went back to
He
talk
went to get a glove or something there. And
right.
Yep.
Okay, well, 2 runners in scoring position then for Landon St. Clair, the left fielder. That is hit in the air. The right fielder's going to come in. Let's see if Kaufman's going to try to score.
I think that'll be deep enough.
There's the throw home. And it's cut off, and in the score is Kaufman. So that goes down as a sacrifice fly from Landon St. Clair, and Courthouse has yet another run number 4. The runner from second base, Cooper Robertson, goes to third on the play. And so Courthouse now with 4 runs in this first inning against Gavin Jones and the Ironmen, and still a runner at third base, but now with 2 outs. Here is Jacob Hoosier, the right fielder.
3 hits, 2 walks, and a sacrifice fly. Quite the first inning for the Blue Lions.
Fastball is over the letters for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Gets by the catcher. They're going to try to score. Let's see if they get him. They tag him out at home. Good play by Noah Ernst and Gavin Jones to cut off the Robertson at the plate, who tried to score on the wild pitch. And they do get him out, and the Ironmen get out of the inning, but not before the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions played 4 big runs on 3 base hits. There was no Jackson errors, nobody left on base. The score after the first half inning of play, the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4, the Jackson Ironmen coming to bat. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Back here in the bottom half of the first inning, the Ironmen have a hole to dig themselves out of to start the inning, as Courthouse scores 4 runs in the first inning, 3 of them coming on a Sam Lott's home run. For the Ironmen, it will be their typical lineup that they'll roll out. They will be facing the right-hander Sam Lotz, the junior, who's considered maybe their #1 pitcher. He's pitched well so far this year, and Ironmen will have to go to work against him. It'll be Ryan Simons, Noah Ernst, and Nolan Johnson to start the game for the Ironmen. Then it'll be Gavin Jones, the pitcher, Tucker Williams at second base, Bodie Wolford in left, Jensen Green in right, Garrett Legg at first base, and Easton McGraw, the third baseman.
Sam Lott's younger brother, his older brother of 2 years ago, was probably one of the best pitchers we've seen in our recent years, and an outstanding player for the Blue Lions. And this young man looks like he's following right in his footsteps.
Right, his older brother, by the way, at Bowling Green, by the way, a Division I school, of course, in the MAC.
Last game out over at Chillicothe against Fairland, Ryan Simons had a hit, scored a run, has had really a very hot bat the last 3 or 4 contests.
Wind kicking up a little bit more, Dan, as we wait for Simons to step in.
It will literally push the ball out for right field right now if you get one up in the air.
So Lotz has a 4-run margin to work with. I know that gives you a little bit more confidence starting here against the defending conference champions and on their field. Pitch is outside, ball 2. As far as pitching goes, you know, it's comfort for them too, but some of the slow stuff, the curveballs, the breaking balls, might be affected by the wind. And there's a bouncer, got it on the first hop. There's a third baseman over to first, got Simons out for the first out. Hit a chopper, third baseman was able to get it on the first bounce and able to make the accurate throw over to first.
In all honesty, from the pitcher's mound, Pete, you're throwing a little bit into the wind.
You are. Don't know whether that's going to be an effect or not. When the wind's blowing this hard, it's gonna be a factor for sure. Noah Ernst, the catcher, steps in.
It's a good-looking curveball there.
Drop the curve in there on Noah. Line drive, but foul over Huron Street, and lots ahead of Ernst. No balls and 2 strikes.
Noah Ernst, one of the top hitters, he had 2 RBIs in the 4-1 victory for the Ironmen their last time out.
Pitches outside, tried to get him to chase a curveball out there. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think Jackson has been behind maybe by a 1-0 score, Pete, but this one's a pretty good challenge for him to be down 4. See if we have that ability to get back in this contest.
Off-speed pitch. Ernst swings, does not get it, and that is a strikeout for Lotz, and 2 up and 2 down to start the bottom of the first. Here's Nolan Johnson, the center fielder. Ground ball, first baseman's going to have it. Easy toss over to Lotz, and 3 up and 3 down for the Ironmen in the first inning. Great inning through Courthouse on both ends for the Ironmen in the bottom of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. At the end of the first inning of play, the Washington Courthouse Blue Lines have jumped out to a 4-0 lead on the Ironmen. This is Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegram.news.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom prices. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Stillhouse Rock.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
8, 9, and 1 hitters up for the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions, who have the beauty of having a 4-0 lead early here against our Ironmen. Gavin Jones out there for the second inning. The big blow, of course, the 3-run homer by the Courthouse pitcher, Sam Lotz. That coming after 2 leadoff walks.
Well, Sam Lotz, I don't think could do any better for 1 inning of play. He gets 3 up, 3 down when he's pitching, and in his 1 at bat, he saw 1 pitch, and our tent from way out in center field, Pete, just blew away.
Okay.
For our center field camera. Hope we still have that. But his first pitch swing was a rocket shot to landmark.
And a bunt try is by Jacob Hoosier. And
that
hit behind us here.
Staked Courthouse out to a 3-0 lead. Then they were able to produce another run with basically a seeing eye double and a single, a sacrifice fly, and 4-0 is your score.
Swing and a miss. Hoosier is overmatched on that fastball. Courthouse 3-1 on the season. Only loss coming in their opener to London. Pitch is called strike 3 over the letters. So,
and we know athletic-wise, London, as good as they are in football year in and year out, they have good athletes up there.
Courthouse defeated Wilmington in a non-league game, and then, as we said before, 2 victories over Chillicothe, who had a young team last year. A lot of the folks thought that they may have a say in how the FAC goes this year. Pitch is high and outside to Kylan Eskin. So far, it's way early, but it is shaping up as the same 3 teams last year that's kind of been at the top end of the league. The Ironmen, the Miami Trace Panthers, and these Washington Courthouse Blue Lions. Courthouse, as we said, 3-1 and 2-0. Miami Trace 5-0 and 2-0. They defeated Greenfield twice. And there is a little nubber over, gets by Jones. Second baseman Williams has the quick throw over there, and he is
safe.
Just safe at first base. Just got by Jones, that little looping liner. Tucker Williams picked it up, just wasn't able to get Eskins, who beat it out for an infield single.
And you're right, he kind of hit it right off the wrist, so the ball was slow. Once it got by Gavin, it almost died in the grass and allowed him to get that infield hit.
Aiden Osborne, who scored on the front end of that home run by Lott, swings and misses through strike one.
Track meet again tonight. Seems like there's been one every night that we've had a baseball game. My understanding was our track meets that are home were scheduled early in the season, so they have fought brutal weather every night out.
Well, at least if you're running, it might warm you up.
Not if you're standing there with the clipboards.
No. People have to do that.
Yes.
Osborne fouls it away. Jones has gotten ahead of Osborne 0-2. He walked him, remember, the first time on a 3-2 pitch. Fastball stays just a little bit outside.
Overall, the field looks pretty good. Jackson took in a lot of rain last night, as we know.
High. Count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Osborne, tough target in there, not on the tall side. Curveball stays outside, and now the counts come back full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Osborne bends a little bit also. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball and 1 bounce. Williams got it over to and gets by the shortstop Simons in the left field. Tried to get the lead runner there, but the throw was a little low. Simons couldn't get it. And so if that's going to go down as a fielder's choice and an error on the second baseman, as it was a little bit low, I think, on the throw. So Courthouse has 2 runners on base now and still only 1 out.
Gavin's had to pitch out of trouble from literally the first pitch on. 2 on again, 1 more in scoring position.
Bryson Heath walked the first time, and he tries to bunt. It's up in the air. Jones has got it, and the runners were being careful on that. They weren't running on the hit, and so it just goes down as a pop out to the first baseman, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. And here is Mr. Sam Lotz.
I think you'd hate to make a base running error with Sam Lotz coming up to the plate. 3-run homer in his first pitch he saw.
Pitch is right down the heart of the plate for strike 1.
I'm telling you, the wind is gusting right now if he can lift it up in the air. Batting on the left side.
Another nice curveball laid in there. No balls and 2 strikes. Ball is hit to the left side. I think it's going to be out of play. No, the third. No, yes. Nice play there by the third baseman, Easton McGraw. Thought it was going to go out of play, but Easton stayed with it, and it goes out as a pop out to the third baseman, a foul out to the third baseman. So in the inning for Courthouse, no runs, 1 hit, 1 Jackson error. 2 runners were left on base in the middle of the second. Still, the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4, the Jackson Ironmen 0. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
I'm Chad Niddle, your Jackson Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Chad Niddle and Edward Jones are a proud sponsor of Jackson Ironmen Baseball. Give us a call at 740-286-4872 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs.
Edward Jones, Member Securities Investor Protection Corp.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Ironman still on the comeback trail here. Courthouse leading 4-0. Ironman will send up Gavin Jones, Tucker Williams, and Bodie Wolford to try to do something about that. Lotz had the best of possible first innings. Not only did he have a 3-run homer, but he took the Ironman down 1-2-3 with a minimum of pitches.
I had a text, Pete, that somebody questioned about our outfield camera. I think it's out of commission at the moment. I know the tent that covers it is blown over upside down out in center field, so hopefully we'll get that back.
All right, well, technical trouble, but not our fault. It's Mother Nature at work, folks. Pitch to Gavin was a little bit low and outside, ball 1. Same place, ball 2. And Lotz falls behind, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. Ironman need base runners.
Need to get something going positive. A little bit of a work for this comeback.
In there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitch is high, ball 4. That was close. Called a ball. Gavin goes down to first base, and here is Tucker Williams, the second baseman. So Jackson gets its first base runner, and he is the leadoff man here in the bottom of the second. As hit in the air and out of play to the right side. Williams swinging on the first pitch, fouls it out of play.
Ooh, just under the ear of Tucker Williams. He hung in there, but the curve just missed him. We'd have taken a hit by a pitcher so he's not hurt.
Tucker would do it. He would do it for the team. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Senior second baseman will get the starting pitching nod tomorrow night.
Called strike 2 on the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Lotz gets his second strikeout. And here is Bodie Wolford, the left fielder. Coming off a good pitching performance over at Fairland. That was very encouraging. We know what Jones and Williams can do, and Bodie showed what he can do as a starting pitcher.
How about these stats? 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, none earned, 7 strikeouts. And here's probably the stat of the stat. Bodie threw 67 pitches, 47 of them were strikes. That is quite an outing for your third starter, number 3 starter.
And there's a ground ball. Lotz has got it. Back to second. Relay to first base. Pulls him off the bag. I believe he's going to be safe over there. So Wolford gets on the fielder's choice. Had a chance for a double play there, but the relay from shortstop to first base pulled the first baseman off the bag. And so Gavin Jones erased on the force out at second, but Bodie on at first base, but with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was hit hard enough to the pitcher. They had a chance at a double play. We've seen the Ironmen turn a couple double plays this year.
Jensen Green is up, and he takes a strike. The Ironmen have a runner on, 2 out, trailing 4-0 here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Jensen hitting from the left side, facing the right-handed pitcher.
And they call that a strike.
Tough strike on him.
The outside corner looks to be friendly for the pitcher. Maybe not necessarily high and low. Swing and a miss. And Lotz gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, 3 for the game now. And in the inning for the Ironmen, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base at the end of 2 innings. It's the Jackson Ironmen 0, the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Our family works hard so we can serve your family. That's the motto at Ramey's Used Cars, which is located 7 miles west of MacArthur on US Route 50 next to Ramey's Homes. Ramey's has been providing quality pre-owned vehicles since 1970, and Ramey's also has a high-quality parts department. Give Ramey's Automotive a call today at 596-4694, and don't forget to check out John's weekly specials. Just look for the signs and the vehicles in the front of the lot.
Baby, Ramey's home.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Well, we're back here at Sparky Howler Field. We're going to turn this over and let me do a couple innings here, Pete Wilson, see if we get this turned around.
Okay, hey, we'll try anything.
Absolutely. The Ironmen find themselves down by a score of 4-0 after 2 innings in a very big Frontier Athletic Conference contest. Leading off now in the top of the 3rd will be Will Miller, the center fielder for Washington Courthouse. I think the ball foul tipped and hit Noah Ernst. He's in some pain. Coach McGraw walks out to talk to him. That would be painful, along with the fact that it hurts anyway, and on a cold day, things like that would hurt a little bit more. He's walking it off. He's going to be okay, but boy, I bet that stung.
Boy, I tell you what, you got shin guards, you got the chest protector, you got a helmet, and still it's not enough sometimes.
It's never enough.
And of course, you have no reaction time at all when the ball comes off the bat like that.
Well, all the damage was done in the top of the 1st inning, and an awful lot of it was by the starting pitcher, Sam Lotz. Hit that towering 3-run home run, headed right toward landmark. Wind blowing very heavily from left to right field. There's a ground ball to first base. Garrett Legg fields it cleanly and jogs right over to first base and gets the first out. Gavin Jones, the ace #1 pitcher, 1A pitcher for the Ironmen, did get hit in the 1st inning. That's when they scored all 4 of their runs. Looks like he's settled a little bit down now. First pitch is a called strike on the outside edge. That is Gavin Kaufman, who had the double in the 1st inning. Came around and scored what would be the 4th run of that inning. There's a curveball, going to be an 0-2 count now quickly for Gavin. And that is hit hard to center field. Nolan Johnson comes and maybe makes the catch. Hit as a line drive, but kind of right at Nolan. And Nolan, one thing we know Nolan has is great speed out there. Ran that one down and gets the 2nd out of the inning.
I'll give him credit to his eye too, because he saw the ball coming off the bat and made a move quickly there. On a ball when it came off the bat, it looked like it had base hit written all over it.
There's a pitch. It's popped up, and that will be foul. This is Cooper Robertson, the first baseman, had a single. Ended up being left on base in that 1st inning. 1 ball, 1 strike to Cooper Robertson. Ground ball fouled down the first base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Courthouse has 4 runs. They have 4 hits. There's a ground ball. Gavin able to field it on the pitcher's mound, tosses it over to Garrett Legg, and that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Gavin Jones. So after 2.5 innings of play, it is still Washington Courthouse 4, your Jackson Ironmen 0. We'll be back in 1 minute. Take a listen to your sponsors. We sure appreciate them.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christ Church in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000. Have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
Bryan Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Bryan Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Bryan Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Sparky Howler Field. Good as time as any for the Ironmen to start this comeback bid. Pete Wilson, they find themselves down 4-0. Bottom of the 3rd, Garrett Legg leading off. There's a shot over the second baseman's head, and that's the way to get this thing started.
First hit for the Ironmen.
That was a no-doubter. Also a solid single to right center field.
Comes to lead off this 3rd inning as the Ironmen, as we said, trying to crawl out of a 4-run deficit.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Garrett. He's been nursing a bit of a hamstring type injury. He had sat out a couple games, but good to see him back in there. But that'll be coming in to pinch run. Braden Mannering, is that? I think it's number 13. Yes. Braden Mannering will be running at first base for Garrett. Easton McGraw will be at the plate. Bunt attempt. It's a good one right out in front of the plate. Let's see if they can get Easton out. They don't. The throw's a little bit low and away. Pulls the first baseman off. That's a bunt single for Easton McGraw. Excellent bunt placed out there. Made the pitcher run a long way to get to it, Pete Wilson.
Right, Lotz had to hurry the throw, and so it was a little bit offline, and that's all that Easton McGraw needed to beat that one out. And a good start for the Ironmen, and it comes from the bottom of the order. Good omen here as we go back to the top of the order, and Ryan Simets.
8 and 9 with back-to-back hits, the first of the contest for Jackson, and Ryan Simets, the junior shortstop. Matter of fact, last game out, Ryan, for the second time, picked up another save, pitched 2 innings to follow up the beauty that Bodie Wolford pitched for the first 5. That's the win against Fairland. Now let's see if he can get things going here at the plate with his bat with 2 runners on, nobody out. He shows bunt, but the pitch is high and inside, basically goes right over his helmet. First pitch is a ball. Catcher looked down at both runners. They had leads, but they weren't running on the bunt. The 1-0 to Ryan Simets. And nope, they take a look back. They don't throw it. They look back to try to get Braden Mannering, who's out there on second base. There's a bunt attempt. It gets past. I don't think, did he touch it? He foul tipped it. It went back to the screen. Both runners could have advanced, but it becomes a foul tip.
Simon's trying to bunt that to the right side, which with the runner on first base would have created some defensive difficulties, maybe. Confusion out there.
Second baseman is playing plenty deep. Shortstop cheating over, trying to keep Mannering on second a little closer. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see if Ryan puts the bunt sign out there again. The righty coming his way. He does, and that ball is down in the dirt. They'll throw back to first base. They have a runner tied up there. Will advance him over third. Oh, and they get all the way over first and second. Now the throw goes high. Here comes Mannering. He's going to score. Easton McGraw will end up at third base, and the Ironmen needed a break, and boy, did they get one there, Pete.
Right, an error there trying to get the runner picked off at second base. Looked like they had a good chance to do it, Dan, but the throw was very errant, and that allowed both runners to advance 2 bases. Mannering, the pinch runner, comes around to score. Easton McGraw's now at third, and Simon's now in the hole 1 and 2 trying to bunt. That was a called strike, or a bunt attempt, rather.
With 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ryan. He'll be swinging now, runner on third. And there is a fly ball to right field, well foul. Over here on the street. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ironman finally getting something going offensively with the 2 singles to lead off and then some good base running. There's a foul tip, and that will be a strikeout. Sam Lutz has been outstanding so far, as he produced 3 runs on a home run in the first and has been the pitcher of record so far.
4 strikeouts for Lutz. That was a big one to get Simons out with a runner on third base.
Still runner on third, scoring position, 1 out. Noah Ernst at the plate. First pitch is a strike. Need to get this run in. Keep chopping away at this deficit. Score still stands right at the moment, 4-1. The Ironmen are on the board. Pitch is low and outside. I'm sure in the broadcast you can hear the wind. I can sure hear it in our headsets. There is a curveball, hangs in there high. They're going to take a look to the first base umpire. If Noah went too far with the swing, he did not. It will be 2 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there. 2-2 evens the count. Easton McGraw on third base. Ironmen badly need to get him in from there. There's a ground ball hit up the middle. Shortstop's going to range over. He's going to throw over, and his throw's no good. It goes past the first baseman, and this is not a good sign, as Noah Ernst fell to the ground grabbing a hamstring. Let's see what it is. Hopefully nothing serious. The run did score. Pete, that would probably be an error, wouldn't you say?
That's what it is. They had a good chance to get him, but the throw was just errant in the dirt and off the base as well.
Morgan Williams standing over Noah. He's still laying down just past first base, grabbing the back of his left thigh. That's just one of those, you see that happen in football so much, where somebody just running along and they come up lame. It's usually never a real good thing. Can't tell if he's just stretching out, but both Coach McGraw, Coach Williams, looks like they're reaching down. They're going to pull him up. Truly has a limp. I'm sure we'll have a pinch runner if we see Noah anymore. Definitely looks hamstring, doesn't it, Pete?
Yeah, he is kind of holding that hamstring area there on his left leg. You know he had to be running as hard as he could to try to beat that grounder
Yes.
out.
Boy, and if you've got soft tissue issues, what position would be worse to be at, than a catcher? Another pinch runner for the Ironmen will be Eli Ray, the athletic Eli Ray. Certainly can be a threat on any base pass.
And that goes down, as we said, Dan, I agree with you, as an error. That's the second error of the inning, and the Ironmen getting some help from the Courthouse defense.
They've thrown it around a little bit this inning. Oh, so we have Nolan Johnson up now. There's still only one out. Runner on first base. Eli Ray with the lead. That pitch is going to be called a strike on the outside edge. That plate's gotten wider, Pete.
Right, the outside edge, generous calling there. I think safe to say either side.
Swing and a miss by Nolan, quickly in the hole, 0-2. 2 runs in, though, for Jackson to get right back in this baseball game. 4 in the first for the Blue Lions, 2 for the Ironmen here in the bottom of the third. Still just 1 out. Foul tip back to the backstop. Probably 2 of the premier pitchers in the Frontier Athletic Conference facing off against each other, and Sam Lutz and Gavin Jones, our own Gavin Jones. That pitch is low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out, 2 runs already in. Blustery day here at Sparky Haller Field. And that's being kind, Pete.
Yes.
There's a swing and a miss. Runner going. Eli Ray. The throw down to second, and they get him. So it's a double play. But the Ironmen do get 2 runs on 2 hits. A couple errors by Washington Courthouse. So after 3 innings, the score stands Blue Lions 4. The Jackson Ironmen 2. We'll be back with the top of the 4th inning in just 1 minute.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerlin Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerlin Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerlin Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to Egg My Yard.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Back here at Sparky Haller Field on one of the more challenging baseball days. Pete, I think this is my 4th year to help you out with these broadcasts, and we've had some cold ones, we've had some rainy ones, some windy ones, but this one's about as tough as it's been.
Right, it's the wind. I mean, it's not warm anyway, but the wind, I mean, 15 to 20 miles per hour consistently, and the gusts in the 30s.
Landon St. Clair leads it off for the Blue Lions. The Ironmen did cut into that 4-0 deficit with 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. See if we can keep momentum going our way. There's a swing and a miss. St. Clair was a left fielder, had a sacrifice fly in that 4-run first inning. There's a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gavin gave up 4 runs in the first inning. The next 2 have been very solid for him. Pitch a little bit outside, 2-2 the count. New catcher in the game, as we expected, there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout for Gavin Jones. Jensen Green comes in from right field to replace Noah Ernst as the catcher, which we have heard all along. Jensen Green would be one of the better backup catchers anywhere, be one of the better catchers in Southeast Ohio if he wasn't behind probably as good as catcher as there is anywhere in this area. First pitch is a strike. The second batter is Jacob Hoosier. Eli Ray, who was the pinch runner that inning, will replace Jensen out in right field. Certainly hope Noah Ernst is not fighting a serious injury. A hamstring can really be troublesome, and the Ironmen are scheduled to play 5 straight games this week.
Yes, they are.
Tuesday through Saturday, weather permitting. There's a swing and a miss.
That's scheduled, Dan, at Courthouse tomorrow. That game, remember, was supposed to have been played on Monday, but was postponed. Thursday at Wheelersburg, Friday at Zane Trace, and then back here Saturday afternoon against Greenup County at 1 o'clock.
Pitch a little bit high, 2-2 the count. Jacob Hoosier struck out the first time up. Wind really gusting right now. There's a swing. It was a foul tipped. It's back to the screen. He was just missed. There's a throw. Whoa, Jensen Green, what a fabulous play by that young man. Chases it down to the back of the screen, and a good throw down to Garrett Legg to still get the runner out, so that goes down as a strikeout.
Well, Jensen Green shows off his arm there. I didn't think he had much of a chance to get him, but what a throw.
We've seen Jensen make some outstanding plays. Remember, he's played second base, right field, now catching. Made a great play at second base the last time out there when Tucker Williams was on the mound. 2 quick outs on strikeouts by Gavin Jones. We're now the 9th hitter, which is Kylan Eskins, the third baseman. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. Gavin's got 7 base runners out in a row, and that's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Going for number 8. And there's a curveball, and he gets him. Strikes out the side. That one looking. So 3 strikeouts for Gavin Jones. 3 up, 3 down. And going to the bottom of the 4th inning, it is the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4, our Jackson Ironmen 2. We'll be back with more Jackson Ironmen baseball action here on Total Media YouTube Live Baseball.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Bottom of the 4th inning, and a Jackson Ironman once again need to get something going. Gavin Jones coming up to the plate. He has been our starting pitcher and has got the last 8 straight batters out for Washington Courthouse. Let's see if he can lead off and get us going right now. Gavin started the 2nd inning off with a walk. Got out on a fielder's choice. 4-2 is the Blue Lion lead. First pitch is going to be a called strike. Pete Wilson shakes his head. He thinks that was a touch wide. I guess I'd have to agree with him. Next pitch to Gavin, and that's going to be a strike also in the very same spot. Boy, those would be hard to reach and get out there and get them, wouldn't it, Pete?
Well, I'll say this. Both of them were about in the same spot.
Yep,
whether you
he's
agree.
been consistent. There's a hard hit ground ball to the shortstop. Fields it cleanly. The throw across the mound is just in time to get Gavin out. First out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. All 4 runs for Courthouse came in that first inning. The game has moved along pretty quickly since then. Tucker Williams struck out his first time up. Facing Sam Lotz for the second time around. Beautiful curveball there. Now that's right over the middle of the plate.
Yep, that's tough to take on the first pitch, a curveball like that.
Yep. The 0-1, curveball a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strikes. 4-2, Courthouse leads. Ironman need base runners. There is a fly ball, but right field well foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Tucker. And it's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Tucker. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeout so far for Sam Lotz. Pitching a beauty. Ironman did get the 2 hits in the 3rd inning and ended up scoring after a couple infield errors by Courthouse, but have not really hit the ball very hard against this outstanding junior pitcher for the Blue Lions. Bodie Wooford at the plate. There's a hard hit ball up the middle. Can the shortstop get there? He does. Steps across second, throws it over to first, and boy, that's a quick 1, 2, 3 inning for Washington. Pete, we were hoping I could change momentum when we changed jobs here, but I got 2 runs back, so it's up to you now to get the next 3.
All right, well, I will do my best, sir.
4 innings are in the books, and it is the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4, our Jackson Ironman 2. We'll be back with 5th inning action here in just a moment.
Parks Edge Event Center. Start planning your event today.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we go to the top half of the 5th inning where the Blue Lions will come up leading the Ironmen 4-2. Of course, they scored 4 big runs in that first inning, and it's held up. Jackson got 2 back in the bottom of the 3rd, but as we go to the 5th, getting in the late stages, Courthouse with that 2-run lead. Gavin Jones has been very good since that first inning as he has shut out the Blue Lions, and now he faces the top of the order here trying to keep this game close. That pitch is called outside for ball 1. Osborne has walked, scored, and also reached on a fielder's choice. Strike 1.
Gavin's put down 8 straight Blue Lions, Pete. Did right the ship after that first inning.
That pitch is hit in the foul territory. Oh, over his shoulder. Nice
catch.
play by Easton McGraw.
Woo! Woo! That was a beauty. Wynn was playing havoc with it. He overran it for a second, turned back over his shoulder, and was able to stab that out of the air. Pretty catch.
Right. It looked like that maybe was going out of play, and then Easton was running hard that way and kind of had to twist around the other way and made an over-the-shoulder catch on that foul ball.
Earlier in the game, he caught one just right by the left field out fence over there. So that's two nice plays by our third baseman.
This is Bryson Heath. He also scored on the Lots home run in the first inning, and he's also popped up to the pitcher on an attempted bunt. Two balls and no strikes to Bryson Heath. Top half of inning number 5. Courthouse 4, Jackson 2. Winner of this game will get the early lead in the FAC, probably along with Miami Trace. I'm guessing they're playing tonight as well. They came in undefeated. There's a ground ball hard right at Simons. He's got it on the second hop over to first, pulls him off the bag, but I believe Legg got the tag.
Woo, what a play.
Got the sweep tag. Nice play there by Legg on the sweep tag. The ball pulled him off the throw from Simons, got over there, but it pulled him off the bag, and he got the runner coming by.
Hey, if you're going to pull the first baseman off, do it to the home plate side. Then you can do just that. Garrett makes the catch and gets the tag.
Here is Sam Lotz. And he hits a ground ball right at Legg. Oh, and it goes off Legg's glove, and Lotz is going to be safe at first base. So that's going to go down as the Ironman's second error. Legg seemed to have it there, Dan, and then he just popped right out, and there wasn't anybody really to cover first base as it went there towards the second baseman, Williams.
Breaks a string of 10 straight batters put out by Gavin Jones. Let's see if we can get through this inning, though.
Nice curveball dropped in there to Miller. Popped up and grounded out to the second baseman, or to the first baseman, 0 for 2. Nice curveball
that's
again.
A pretty one. I would say early on, Pete Gavin probably a little bit of control issue with his breaking pitch, but wow, he's been, like I said, the last 3 innings, he's been spot on.
Ground ball to Simons, goes to his right. He's going to make the long throw across the diamond. It's high, but Legg was able to get it and to keep his foot on the bag. So good play, couple good plays by Legg over there on the infield. Taking the ball to get the put out. In the inning for Courthouse, no runs, no hits. There was 1 Jackson error, 1 man left on base. In the middle of the 5th, it's still the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4, the Jackson Ironmen 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to egg my yard.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Ironman still down 4-2. It'll be the bottom of the order. Jensen Green, Garrett Legg, and Easton McGraw coming up here against Sam Lotz, who's pitched a gem of a ball game so far. 8 strikeouts. I think he only has the 1 walk. Given up 2 runs. Both of those, Dan, go down on my book as unearned runs, helped by 2 Jackson errors.
Yep, no
helped
question.
By 2 courthouse errors.
Courthouse infield errors, throwing the ball around there, but we took advantage of it, got the 2 runs in. Boy, did Jensen Green have a pretty play, as we had to move him from right field to catcher with the injury to Noah Ernst, but he was able to throw a swing and a miss pitch that got all the way to the backstop over to first to beat the runner out down there. Shows bunt there to start this inning.
Lots really making some hay on the outside corner, whether it's a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter. Hit in the air, center fielder's ranging over, he is under it and got it. That ball, I think, was
boosted just a touch by the wind there, and that's what you just don't know. Flag still out there in left center field. Really shows you the strength of the wind going on. Garrett Legg up now after a couple good fielding plays last inning.
He had a clean single to right field and came around to score the Ironmen's first run in that 2-run third inning. And he gets a good swing at it, but fouls it out of play to the right side. Yeah, that long fly ball by Jensen Green, not hit that hard, but definitely the wind took it a little bit. Center fielder, though, able to stay with it and make the out. In there for a strike. Count goes to 0-2. Lots, for the most part, has had very good control, been ahead of the hitters, mixing up his pitches. And Legg stays alive as he short arms a swing and fouls it out of play to the right side. There's a ground ball, little bouncer. Lotz has got it, throws over to first, got him. Not hit very hard, kind of off the end of the bat. Lotz bounded off the mound and was able to make the play.
Tell you, Garrett Legg's still in a little bit of pain too, as he hustling down the first baseline, kind of grimaced as he got past first base there. He's been fighting a bit of a hamstring injury.
Yeah, you can tell it as he runs back to the dugout.
Yeah, he's ginger.
A little bit of hitch there in the get along. Easton McGraw had a bunt single the first time and came around to score, and there's a ball in the air, the right fielder coming in, and he's got it. So quick 1-2-3 inning there for Sam Lotz. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base at the end of 5. Still, it's the Washington Courthouse Blue Lions 4 and the Jackson Ironmen 2. This is Jackson Ironmen Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it. Gavin got squeezed.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, top half of the 6th inning. This game moving along very, very quickly. Neither team has scored since Jackson scored 2 runs in the 3rd. It's 4-2 still as Gavin Kaufman, the catcher, leads off for the Blue Lions. Gavin Jones still out there on the mound for the Ironmen. Has not given up a run since that 4-run first inning. Seems to be in total command.
Actually, he's been outstanding over the last 4 innings, Pete. One hit, 1 runner, been a couple errors. Now there's a second hit though.
Yeah, Gavin Kaufman kind of jumped on a high curveball, slow curveball, in his wheelhouse, and he hit it over the shortstop Ryan Simon's head. And a good start to the 6th inning for the Blue Lions. So Kaufman, I think he runs pretty well for a catcher. He's on at first base. Remember, he legged out a double the first time, and he legged out a double on a ball that fell in front of the center fielder, hustling all the way there, and came around to score. Probably made a difference maybe in that run scoring, that he got a double. Pitches outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Cooper Robertson. Nice pitch right down the middle, it looked like. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Track meet still going on out over left center field fence. Oak Hill and Wellston in Jackson here tonight. It's a 6-team meet.
And there is a ball hit the other way into left field. And a good start to for the Blue Lines here in the 6th. Back-to-back clean singles by Gavin Kaufman and Cooper Robertson.
Boy, I'll tell you, he did a nice job there on an outside pitch, Peter, basically just sticking the bat out there, and it was able to make enough contact to get out to left center field.
Right, it was a clean hit, but Simons was pulled around more towards second because of the runner at first, and probably because it was a left-handed hitter up there.
Coach McGraw now is going to have a huddle on the mound there, and all infielders are in there talking things over with the 2 runners on. Ironman down by a score of 4-2. This is critical. You can't let them get any more runs in.
Landon St. Clair sacrificed fly that got a run in, and he's also struck out.
Don't you have to assume he's looking at a bunt here?
Right.
That's, I'm sure, what Coach McGraw was going over with everybody.
Right. I think that was more than can you go Jonesy. I think that was a defensive strategy huddle there.
Yep, no doubt.
Easton McGraw is in on the grass at third. So is Legg at first. And Jones starts to throw, but instead steps off and looks at that lead runner out there at second base. I'm sure Simons, it looks like he's going to try to keep him as close as he can. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. Over to Simons, back to first.
Yes.
And they just did get him a close double play over there. A slow roller to the second baseman. Williams went over to Simons. Simons back to first and just got St. Clair. So that is a very big double play. Kaufman does go over to third on the play.
Williams to Simons to Legg, and we've seen, I think that's the 3rd one we've seen here at Sparky Haller Field this season, Pete. Beautiful execution, a big 2 outs. Still a runner at third, but that is 2 outs now.
And this will bring up Jacob Hoosier. He has struck out twice.
Ironman trying to keep Courthouse within reach.
Right, started off very well, started off very promisingly for Courthouse with 2 singles. And now there's 2 outs and a runner at third. And a swing and a miss by Hoosier, and he is in a quick 0-2 hole here.
Pitcher's best friend is that double play.
Ooh, a curveball had him falling away, but it's called ball 1. Swing and a miss, threw it by him. So in the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no Jackson errors. A good double play helped get Jackson out of it. There was still 1 runner left on base. At the end of 5.5 innings of play, it's the Washington Courthouse Blue Lines 4, the Ironman 2. This is Jackson Ironman Baseball on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Osborne Equipment Service.
Is Ralph there?
You sure you've got the right number?
Is he there?
Well, what's he look like?
He's got white hair and spots.
Is Ralph your dog?
He's a Dalmatian.
Why would he be here at Osborne Equipment Service?
You always say you have something for everyone.
We do, with service for trucks, trailers, buses, and RVs, and we're family owned and operated. Maybe you should look in your backyard for Ralph.
I'll just call his cell phone.
Your diesel specialist since 1979. Osborne Equipment Service in Jackson, Ohio. Call 800-937-3501.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
All right, we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Courthouse leading the Ironmen 4-2. Ironmen have the top of the order up here as they hope to make something happen right here. It'll be Ryan Simons, then I believe Eli Ray, who is in for no Ernst unless they choose to put somebody else in there, and then Nolan Johnson. It does look like Eli Ray is on deck.
It is Eli in the batter's box, yes. In the on-deck circle, I mean.
Then, of course, it would be Nolan Johnson and hopefully more. Simons has grounded out the third on the first pitch of the game, or rather on a 3-0 pitch, I think, or a 3-1 pitch, and then he has also struck out.
The second time up when he struck out, remember he tried to bunt the first 2 strikes.
Right, that kind of took the bat out of his hand a little bit.
Yep.
Junior against junior here. Good fastball in there, strike one.
You got to admit, Lotz has been in control, and he hadn't overthrown a lot of. He hadn't had to throw a lot of pitches to get to this point in the game.
Way outside on that, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Talked to his dad in the pregame. Says he's grown up physically a lot from last year. We saw he was a good baseball player as a sophomore, but
and there it is. Just didn't get him at first base, just out. The first baseman tried to spear the ball low. Apparently, it was on the ground, and he had to then throw to the pitcher over there.
I'll say Lotz did a good job getting over there. Had to come a distance there. Ryan getting down first base pretty quickly there and just gets thrown out by a half a step.
Big first out there to get the leadoff hitter out. Eli Ray takes called strike one. This is his first time he's batted. Of course, he came in for Noah Ernst when Noah Ernst suffered what appeared to be a possible hamstring injury, trying to leg out a single. And Eli just gets a piece of it. Foul ball, count 0-2. Pitch is high and away, ball 1. Eli Ray fouls it off the end of the bat. Staying alive, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Ooh, that's between the 2 and the 3 in the middle of the back for Eli Ray.
Hit him right in the middle of the back there. And Eli does get to first base the hard way, getting hit by the pitch.
We needed a base runner. Sorry about that, Eli, but appreciate you taking that one. And let's see if we can get something going here.
Nolan Johnson, 0 for 2, grounded out to the first baseman and struck out. Ray, of course, good speed on at first base. Pitches up high, ball 1.
Boy, velocity still seems to have that part of it, Pete.
He has pitched a heck of a ball game. But we knew coming in he would be one of the better pitchers we would face this year. They didn't call that one a strike, ball 2. And now it looked like Coach Giesel
Thought he overthrew the last two pitches just a little bit.
Going to come out and have a word with him.
Just probably, it's a settle down type thing, and maybe talk over in the infield as all the infielders there are huddled up together. How about Coach McGraw's huddle up on the infield? How big was that last inning? He goes out, brings everybody together, has a bit of a talk, and the next thing we know, it's a double play.
Right.
And they get out of the inning.
Well, that's one thing to have the chance, and another thing to execute it, and the Ironmen did. Tucker Williams, Ryan Simons, and Garrett Legg in on that. Big double play.
Eli Ray on first with good speed. Ooh. Did
Inside, ball 3.
Boy, that almost got Nolan there.
Ball 4. So the Ironmen get the potential tying run on base, a hit by pitch, and now a walk. And suddenly Lotz is having trouble finding the strike zone.
Obviously, that's 5 straight balls. Junior varsity Ironman, wow, we are it's a final score, Pete Wilson, 12-2. Our JV team just defeated Washington Courthouse.
Okay. Of course, at Washington Courthouse. Gavin Jones is up. Out, rather he walked and grounded out.
Mr. Massey, our athletic director, right behind me, keeping me on update there. We sure appreciate his efforts, day in and day out.
Called strike there, fastball.
Would you say one of the more thankless jobs in Jackson?
It's one of those ones they don't notice unless there's a problem.
That's a fact. He does a fabulous job.
Nice guy, too. Ooh. Swing and a miss. That one was away from Jones, had a weak swing and didn't get it. So after 2 runners on with 1 out, facing the Ironman's cleanup hitter, Lotz bounces back to go up 0-2. Fakes a throw back to second, but Ray not too far off the bag anyway. That is outside, ball 2, or ball 1 rather, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Catcher did a good job keeping that one in front of him.
That would have been big with the tying runs moving up a base there.
And that does get away.
That does get all the way over, and both runners are going to advance. They throw down to third base, probably unnecessarily, but the third baseman able to short hop the throw down there. So Ray is on at third, Nolan Johnson on at second, and the count to Gavin Jones is 2-2.
Things got a little better looking for Gavin. He was down 0-2. Now all of a sudden he has 2 runners in scoring position, a 2-2 count. First base is open.
And Lotz wants to think about it, steps off, but this steps right back on. Here's your 2-2 pitch. And there's a ground ball.
Yes.
Off the second baseman's glove into center field. I believe the Ironman's going to try to score both of them. And here comes the throw. There is no throw. And the Ironmen have tied the game. A hard bouncer off the second baseman's glove allows Eli Ray to score, allows Nolan Johnson to score, and it's now 4-4. On safe at first is Gavin Jones. I'm going to say that's a base hit.
I am too. I agree with the call there. Scorebook, 2 RBIs for Gavin. Hit that ball on a rope. Took kind of an awkward bounce, and he slowly, the second baseman grazed his glove, but it went out to center field, and boy, that's a big 2 runs for the Ironmen. They fought themselves back in this contest and have tied it at 4-4. Still only 1 out. Pinch runner for Jones out there. Didn't get the number yet. We'll take a look.
Tucker Williams up. He struck out twice.
I'm going to guess it's Leighton Camp just by his stance. His older brother, same stance from the base path.
Swing and a miss there on the fastball by
from
Lotz.
Years past, and it is Leighton Camp out there as a pinch run situation. Runner on first, just 1 out. Now we have a 4-4 game.
And there's a ground ball into right field. Leighton Camp is going to take the big turn, but he's going to come back. He had to dive back in as he took the big turn. They got the throw into second base, but he dives back in with hand first. And Williams with a single. Camp, the pinch runner, is at second. And the Ironmen still in business here after they've tied the score 4-4.
Now you're thinking, if you're Courthouse, finally seeing Lotz. This is the first time we've hit him hard. That's back-to-back hits. He's hit a pitch. He's hit a batter. He's walked one. He'd been nearly perfect up to this moment.
Only one man out, 2 men on. Dropped a nice curveball into Bodie. Bodie on with the fielder's choice and grounded out. He has put the bat on the ball both times.
There's a shot.
Ball into center field. Is he going to get there? No, he's not going to get there. And the runner at second had to wait. I guess he wasn't sure the ball was going to drop in there. It did, and so all runners advanced just one base on a ball that was fairly deep into right center field.
But you're right, he had to wait to see, because it looked like center fielder might have had a play on it, could not get there in time, so the bases are full. Jensen Green up to the plate, still just one out, tie game 4-4.
Green flied to center the last time, struck out the first time.
We'd take that fly ball this time.
We absolutely would. Ball is low and inside, ball one.
Lotz is showing a little bit of control issues. Three straight hits for the Ironmen. 2 runs in and the bases are full.
Coach Easel staying with Sam Lotz here, even though he's run into a lot of trouble here in the 6th.
Left-handed hitting Green.
Inside, ball 2. Ball popped out of Kaufman's glove, but didn't go very far. 2 balls and no strikes.
Lotz, who'd had tremendous control early in this game, not getting around the plate as well this inning, certainly has shown.
That ball is hit deep into center field. Right at him, got it. Here comes Leighton Camp. He is going to score. Ball, good throw in from the center fielder, but the pitcher cut it off, and the Ironmen have taken the lead on Jensen's Green line drive sacrifice fly to center field. How about that?
Well, he hit it on the nose right at the center fielder, but hit so hard. Easy tag up for Leighton Camp to score the go-ahead run. 3 runs in the inning. Now there are 2 outs, but runners on the corners.
Tucker Williams, by the way, did advance to third on that deep fly line drive.
Alert base running by Tucker. Garrett Leg up, who has one of the Ironman hits in this contest and has scored a run.
Curveball called strike 1 on the inside corner. Garrett Leg singled and grounded out to the pitcher, 1-2.
Steps off the mound of a minute.
Outside. And they're going to allow the runner, Bodie, go to second base. I don't know whether that was a planned play or not, but Bodie was on the ground. Looks like they had a chance to pick him off, but they didn't want another run to score.
We've seen Coach McGraw run that as a play. If Bodie can be in a run out long enough to get the run in. But now we have 2 runners in scoring position. Senior Garrett Leg at the plate.
Outside, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kaufman had to dive to keep that ball from going to the backstop.
Boy, one to the backstop would be big here.
Good swing by Leg, but he fouls it back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett's had good swings against Lotz, both at bats. Hit now would be so big. On Kaufman. And now it's Kaufman in pain right there on the foul tip. And he is
in pain.
Writhing in pain right now, and almost had a chance to catch the ball. If he would have been a strikeout, of course.
Took that, I think, a very tough bounce up off the turf and hit him in the wrong spot. Ooh, how about our Iron Ladies tonight? 13-0 win over Courthouse. That was just up the hillside. Mercy rule there. Jackson Iron Ladies get back with a win. A league win.
Okay, also we just got a text from our sports editor Todd Compson, who is up the road where Vinton County was playing Wellston in a TVC Ohio softball game, and Hannah Potts, who's having a remarkable season so far, threw another no-hitter in that game.
Wow.
It would have been a perfect game except for an error in the 5th inning, I think it was.
She's had the career.
Right,
there.
already signed.
Special.
Already signed to play Division I ball, I believe, at Western Michigan, I believe.
Good for her.
So now Kaufman back behind the plate. 2-2 pitch coming again.
Oh.
Outside, ball 3, and it bounces away from Kaufman, but not far enough.
I think that hit right in the front of the plate and bounced up just enough to stay there. If that goes back to the screen, I think we get another run in.
Lotz would like to keep it where it is right here. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Got him with a nice curveball. Big out for Lotz there, but in the inning, the Ironmen scored 3 runs to take the lead. There was 3 runs on three base hits, no errors.
Hit by a pitch, a sacrifice fly. A lot of stuff happened up there.
2 men left on base, but the Ironmen have taken the lead. It's Jackson 5, Washington Courthouse 4 in the middle of the 7th inning. This is Jackson Ironman Baseball on Total Media Sports YouTube channel.
Home. It's your sanctuary. It's pajamas at noon and cookies in the oven. It's fingerprints on the wall and heights measured in a doorway. It's the one place in the world that you know better than anyone else. Jackson County Banking Center wants to help you build that messy, wonderful, cherished place where you can live a life you love for years to come. That's our promise. Jackson County Banking Center, here for you now, here for your future. Visit vcnbfamily.bank for our construction special. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Top half of the 7th inning, Ironman leading, or bottom half of the, or top half of the 7th inning, Ironman took the lead with 3 runs in the bottom half of the 6th. They're trying to hold on here. Jones still out there on the mound.
My, how this game changed Pete Wilson with that 3-run bottom of the 6th inning for the Ironmen. It looked like a game we were just going to hope to stay in. Now all of a sudden we're 3 outs away from a victory.
That's a ball into, I mean, that's going to fall in the gap. And it's all the way into the gap, and Johnson's got the ball. He throws it in, but Eskins, a clutch double out of the number 9 hole. That would be the potential game-tying run.
Wow, Eskins gets into second, and he puts both arms up. The dugout over there excited. Boy, you don't maybe expect that out of your ninth hitter, but what a start for the Blue Lions. They need one to tie. Gavin gives up 2 hits the last inning and then gets a double play strikeout. Let's hope some of that magic is still there.
Osborne on with an error, fouled out and walked. Ball 1. Look to see if maybe Coach Yazel would have Osborne trying to bunt that tying run over to third. Showed no sign of doing that. Took a ball 1.
Righty versus lefty.
And that ball is through into center field. Big turn by Eskins there, and he stayed at third base. Thought he had a chance to maybe score, but they were conservative on that. He stayed at third. Osborne with a single just out of the reach of Simons at shortstop. And Courthouse, after losing the lead in the bottom of the 6th, threatening now to tie the game or more in the top of the 7th.
You know, that was just out of the reach of Ryan's glove, and I think that's one reason third baseman or the third base coach kept him there on third with a chance Ryan could have thrown him out at the plate. You don't want to get the lead runner out, but nobody out and runners on the corners.
Coach Morgan Williams out there talking with Jones. Coach McGraw is out there on the grass. Looks like he wants to talk to Easton McGraw about defensive strategy, I'm sure. Conference breaks up out there. Jones remains out there on the mound. Bryson Heath was up. Popped up to the pitcher on an attempted bunt that didn't work out. Grounded out and also walked.
Well, we were sure hoping we wouldn't see Sam Lotz. Remember, he started all the damage today in that first inning with a 3-run home run. Well, he is on deck and nobody out yet. They got a run down. This is big, Pete. Now the play is at home, and he's out. Wow.
Close play at home. They got the lead runner at home plate there. Good tag there by Green. Osborne is at second. He advances to second on the play as the Army get a key put out at home plate.
Boy, that's a nice play. Ryan Simets able to run the runner back toward first. Then the runner takes off from third. He gets a great throw into Jensen Green. He puts the tag on. And that was a huge out to get.
Right, it could have went either way there, but they just did get him on the throw and the tag.
Execution there by Ironman. Runner's still in scoring position, but there is a big 1 out. Got that runner off third base.
Popped up. Second baseman's got it. That's the second out of the inning.
Well, we're 1 out away from winning this thing, Pete.
Right, Osborne.
And it looked like a disaster moments ago.
Right, Sam Lotz. He is going to be intentionally walked, and you know I don't disagree with that strategy at all.
I agree with it totally. The young man hit one over the landmark in the first inning, brought 3 runs in with that hit. Even though you were going to have what maybe are 2 of the very best players in the FAC facing each other in a game-winning situation. Put him on first.
Will Miller is the cleanup hitter. He's put the bat on the ball 3 times, but no hits yet. Fake throw or fake move to second base to get the lead runner over there. Osborne's at second, Lotz is at first, but there are 2 outs. Lotz given the intentional walk. Miller has popped up to short, grounded out the first, and grounded out the short.
Jensen Green runs out, has a quick discussion with Gavin Jones.
Jones needs to concentrate on Miller. If he gets him, this one's over. Of course, don't want to let that lead runner get too big of a lead if there would be a base hit. Pitch stays outside, ball one. Curveball.
Think about it with Gavin Jones on the mound. You've got experience there. He's been in these situations.
Jones once again kicks, but then looks towards second base, does not throw over there.
Keep that lead runner honest.
1-0 pitch. Called strike one on the outside corner.
That outside corner strike has been there all night. Gavin took advantage of it there. 1-1 the count.
Outfield is playing deep. A base hit would probably score the runner. Pitch is outside, ball two. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Right-handed Gavin facing another lefty. A lot of lefties in this lineup.
2-1 pitch coming from Gavin Jones. Fouled back, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
1 strike away from victory. What a potential come from behind game for the Ironmen. What a huge one this would be if we can get 1 more strike. It is their cleanup hitter.
Jones on the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! A curveball, he got him! Ironmen win this one 5-4, and I tell you what, Dan Morrow, didn't look very good as we approached the 6th inning. Lotz was pitching so well. And the Ironmen scored 3 runs suddenly in the 6th inning, and then in the top half of the 7th inning, after 2 runners reached on base, some clutch pitching there by Gavin Jones. He strikes out the courthouse cleanup hitter. This was a great game both ways. Hard to see somebody lose this, honestly. Tough loss to the Blue Lions, but what a great win for the Ironmen.
Oh, huge victory for the Ironmen. Remember, Jackson in the Frontier Athletic Conference, Pete Wilson goes 10-0 last year, and now all of a sudden 3 more wins in the conference and another big one tomorrow night as the Ironmen travel to Courthouse. But my, oh my, down 4-0 after 2 innings, and the Ironmen, it did not look good there. They scraped, they clawed, they fought their way back. 5-4 the victory as Coach McGraw and Coach Williams will huddle up with their Ironmen out in left field. The saddest part of the bad moment of this is that Noah Ernst is limping out to the huddle. He is certainly in a lot of pain, but Jensen Green certainly came in and showed us what Coach McGraw had talked about, what an outstanding backup catcher we have in the junior Jensen Green. But a huge win, and Gavin Jones giving up 4 runs in the first. Pete Wilson was nothing short of spectacular from that moment on.
Absolutely not. Well, we will take a break here. We will be back in 4 minutes to wrap this up. We'll give you some statistical summary. We'll recap the game, and then, of course, we'll talk to Coach Josh McGraw. We'll be back in 4 minutes.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, the Telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
And we have Iron Ladies on Thursday night, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that till
it was on the schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that? I didn't have it down. Osborne got on base. How did he get on base? Was that a hit?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't remember. I just
Spring is in the air, and the McNerland Network team at Howard Hanna is proud to sponsor Herds of Hope and their annual Spring Vendor Fair. Join us April 5th at Christchurch in Jackson, where you can shop, support local vendors, and even sign up to be one yourself. Visit the McNerland Network team's Facebook page or Herds of Hopes to sign up, or call us at 702-6000 to have the link emailed to you. Plus, don't miss out on the Egg My Yard event. Let Herds of Hope's royalty help you hide eggs for your little ones. At Howard Hanna, we don't just sell homes, we invest in our community. Green and gold means sold. Call 702-6000 or stop by the McNerland Network team at 135 East Huron Street in Jackson for more details. See you at the Spring Vendor Fair, and don't forget to egg my yard.
Brian Moore Construction specializes in turnkey construction, room additions, kitchen and bathroom remodels, as well as residential and commercial roofing. They also do silicone and acrylic roof coverings. Brian Moore Construction delivers quality craftsmanship on time, on budget, and according to specifications. Choose Brian Moore Construction for your next build, remodel, or roofing project. Call today for a free estimate. 740-418-6140.
From breaking news to heartwarming stories, a telegram is your ticket to the latest buzz in town.
Read your daily dose of local headlines, sports, and entertainment and more, in hand and on paper.
Get a print and digital subscription for only $7.95 per month. Delivered fresh every Wednesday and Saturday.
Visit thetelegramnews.com or call 740-286-3023 today.
Don't just read the news, be a part of it.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Ohio Valley Bank. Community first. Member FDIC.
Baby, Ramey's Homes is all shook up over our low rock bottom presses. One of America's most popular manufactured and modular homes. Ramey's Homes has the largest selection of quality built to manufactured homes in southern Ohio with the most flexible terms available. Don't be cruel. Hurry to Ramey's Mobile Homes, 7 miles west of MacArthur on Route 50 and 2 miles south of Chillicothe on US 23, baby. And we'll see you there, Teddy Bear.
Hurry down to Cellhouse Rock.
Southeast Appalachian Regional Community Health of Ohio is proud to present The Search Project. The Search Project through the Jackson County Health Department is a program designed to decrease the negative impacts of COVID-19 and other public health issues and promote healthy behaviors through the deployment of community health work. The project is funded by CDC and serves 11 counties in southeastern Ohio. For more information, contact the Jackson County Health Department at 740-935-6322.
You've been watching Jackson High School Sports live on YouTube.
Okay, we're back here at Dick Sparky Howler Field where the Ironmen have just won an extremely exciting fashion, coming back from a 4-0 lead and doing it very late in the game. After trailing 4-0, 3 runs in the bottom half of the 6th inning proved decisive. Jackson dodges a bullet in the top of the 7th inning after Courthouse had 2 runners on base, the potential tying and game-winning runs. But when it's all over, Gavin Jones gets a big strikeout to end the game. They get a big caught stealing at home to help set that up, and the Ironmen stay undefeated with a 6-0 record.
While Coach McGraw has made his way up here. Pete Wilson, we're going to get him on, and this is the Stockroom 601 postgame show.
It certainly is. I hope people are still listening because we want to hear what the coach has to say here. Coach, Jackson goes to 6-0, and you have to say this, there was a point in this game deep into the 5th inning where it didn't look good, but your team found a way to do it both offensively, and Gavin Jones, of course, after giving up 4 runs in the 1st inning, didn't give up anything after that.
Yeah, it didn't look good there for a while. Couldn't get things going. That's one problem when you don't play for 4 or 5 days with rain and different things like that, because you can't simulate a game in practice no matter what you do. We had a game plan going in the 1st inning. We're not going to let the lots beat us, but end up walking the first 2 batters. Then you got to throw to him. He's a great player. He's one of the best players in the league. He hits one out of the ballpark, and then we get a mistake, and they get another run. All in the 1st inning. Took the wind out of the sails a little bit. took all the momentum away from us, and it was hard to come out of that hole. And we chipped away there in the third inning. We had very good production in the bottom of the order. Jensen Green, Garrett Legg, Easton McGraw, they saved us today. The bottom of the order guys. And even in that seventh, in the sixth inning, they got on base and they had great at bats and allowed the top of the order to come up and do some damage.
All right, but a couple of things. I know that it's always great to win, but also you saw your team hang in there. As we both said, it wasn't looking very good. Gavin Jones didn't let those 4 runs in the first inning phase him seemingly. Didn't give up anything after that. And your hitters, after being apparently overmatched by lots through 5 innings, finally honed in the 6th. Was there any reason for that, you think? Did he just start to tire or different at-bat strategy?
The strategy was pretty much the same. Yeah, he got a little tired, but also, that's when you're supposed to get to teams. After your third time through the lineup, second and third, you get that first 2 at bats out of the way and find your rhythm. That's what that's the hard part. We'll be at a rhythm tomorrow and be able to go because we played today. But with not playing since last Thursday, it just makes the at bats a little tougher. But I think we had a meeting in the middle of the game or right before the 6th inning, and I kind of told the top guys, 1 through pretty much Ryan and Nolan, Tucker and Bodie. I said, this team's looking to you to lead them with offensively. The game's going to come down to you guys. You can step up or not, but you will get another shot, and the game's going to come down to your at bats. You got to figure out how you're going to approach it, and they did. It came down to them. They knew it, and they produced.
All right, tell me about that play. What you saw there in the 7th inning after Courthouse had 2 runners on base, and then the play where they started to maybe try to steal second, and then of course Ryan Simons had to watch the runner at third bang play at the plate. How that played out?
Yeah, that's a product. That's a play we put on first and third play, trying to hope to catch him stealing, things like that. That's a play that we did put on and we practiced, and these guys ran it. Now it looks like a great coaching stand. For everybody in this ballpark is like, man, Coach McGraw got him. Coach McGraw's son got him because he put that play on. He looked over to me and he said, I agree. He's going to be a great assistant coach one day. So that was a big-time play. If the kid is thinking the game, he plays a great third base over there, and not a lot of people know he generally gets the other team's signs. He has them right away. We got to memorize things like that so we know when they're bunting, know when putting things on. Not all the time, but a lot of times. But yeah, he did that. The plays he made down there at third base today, these young guys at home, you don't have to go 3 for 4 to affect the ball game. You can go 0 for 4 and still affect the game and win a game because his defense was spectacular. That mental decision right there that a player wanted to put that play on, that fake to third, throw to first, that won the ball game. Because if that run scores, who knows what could happen. He's just a great defender and a great thinker of the game.
Right, and then talk about Jensen Green, too. Jensen, of course, had to come in at catcher after Noah Ernst was injured, trying to leg out a single. He made the big sweep tag there in the 7th inning, and also he ended up with the game-winning RBI on that line drive.
Yeah, most guys and the umpire didn't know either, but most people don't know Jensen Green behind the plate's a stud. I'd say he's in the top 10 catchers in Southern Ohio, maybe top 5. He's a dog. He caught great today and hasn't caught all year, so he doesn't have a lot of reps. He'll catch again tomorrow, and he'll do great. And we had that meeting. We don't get down because one of our better players get hurt. We got a stud behind him. Let's go. Let's go to work. But Jensen Green is a team leader. The way he played, I don't know we have anybody that plays harder than him. You came in a rough spot. You could play all 9 positions. Came in a rough spot, had to catch, but then his at-bats were fabulous today. And that he struck out in his first at-bat, but it wasn't a bad one. But you could be a guy that gets down on that at-bat and be like, oh, mope. No, that's not how baseball works. That's not how Jensen Green and Jackson baseball work. The game came down to him, and he had that big fly ball, and to get that winning run home. That's baseball, and that's big-time Ironman baseball. And Jensen Green's a big-time Ironman baseball player.
All right, and of course
he's my dad's favorite player, by the way. Well, over his grandson. Can you believe that, Pete?
Oh, all right.
Jensen Green is my father's great favorite player.
Okay, well he must be special then.
He is.
All right. Well, let me ask you about an ouchie subject. Noah Ernst looked like when he was trying to leg that out, came up gimpy, holding his hamstring area. Is that what he's dealing with?
Yeah, he pulled a hamstring today, and we'll see what that's like over tomorrow or the next few days. Good thing I see him out there working on the field, so he is able to walk around. That's just something we'll deal with. We always do, injuries and different things like that. And truthfully, it's probably because the field's wet. There's not a whole lot of, grass is slipping, different things like that. We had a couple pulled hamstrings today. People bat on them, and that's just the product of wet April baseball in Ohio. That's probably what caused that. But you'll see how he is over the next few days. And if he can't go, is somebody else's turn to step up, and I'll sit at home and figure out what our lineup's going to be tomorrow and how we're going to win.
All right, you are 6-0, but a lot of the games have been close. Is your team showing you that mettle, that character, that intangible factor you have to win the close games?
Yeah, they have a high character. I don't think we're playing great baseball yet. We're trying to find our way. We just need to play more. That's when we'll find our rhythm. It looks like we're going to be able to get baseball in the next 3 days at least. And we got great competition against Courthouse tomorrow. They'll put Miller on the mound. That kid's a dog. Then we got there at Wheelersburg on Thursday and Zane Trace, on Friday. All three ranked teams in Ohio. So we got our work cut out for us. We don't play slouches. We play a very good schedule. But I don't think we're playing our best baseball yet. But the character, this team's character is unmatched. I trust them with anything. They handle themselves in practice, in games, and different things. And these kids have played a lot of baseball. And a lot of the wins you get like this, it's a product of playing a lot of baseball in the summer and battling in the big games. And, these kids that have sat, for 2-3 years waiting on a chance to play at the varsity level, they're hungry. They're ready to win. They're not going to lay down. Tucker Williams isn't going to lay down. He's been waiting for his senior year. Easton McGraw's been waiting. They got some juniors and different. They've been waiting. Eli Ray's waiting for his chance. He's gonna get it. And he ain't gonna lay down. They're gonna go out there and produce. That's Ironman baseball. And you got 16 kids in that dugout who are not only good examples of great young men, they're warriors on the baseball field. We had 2 big runs out of pinch runners today. Braden Manring and Leighton Camp. I called him Landon. That's his brother. I've had 15 camps. They're great players. They understood. They play a lot of JV ball, but I need speed up here for FAC games. And, both of those young men, I'm taking at bats away from them, maybe even a pitching. If they're going to pitch one day, say, I need you. And they're like, yes, sir, coach, I'll do whatever you need. And they might only get that one run, that one chance to run bases, but they run it so well. They run it to perfection. They do everything. And both those runs scored. Both of them ran the bases and scored those big runs. That's huge. That's an example of young Ironman baseball players that do it right. I love those guys.
All right, well, busy schedule here as long as the weather cooperates. Tomorrow at Wheelersburg, the next night at Zane Trace.
Tomorrow at Courthouse.
I'm sorry, one thing at a time. Courthouse tomorrow, then Wheelersburg Thursday, Zane Trace Friday, back here Saturday against Greenup County. We hope to be here to broadcast that game. Coach, congratulations on tonight, and best wishes going forward this week as you remain undefeated.
Thank you, Pete.
All right, you just heard from Coach Josh McGraw after the Ironmen's 6th victory of the season. And Dan, I'll tell you what, it wasn't easy sitting here through this from a weather standpoint with the wind the way it was and the temperature dropping. But I tell you what, the result was worth it.
The kids were outstanding. They were spotted 4 runs in that first inning and fought their way back and end up with a 5-4 win. And now, as big as the game is for us tomorrow, boy, do you put pressure on Washington Courthouse, Pete Wilson, because you know what it is. If you get that sweep, it's very hard to catch up with that team the rest of the year with just 10 games in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Every one of them so very important. So Ironman on the road tomorrow night to Courthouse. That is a big game. Couple more games, non-league games the rest of the week, and hopefully we'll see them on Saturday afternoon. And it's Greenup, I think, comes to town, isn't it?
Greenup County.
At 1 o'clock.
Right.
And supposedly, if it doesn't rain, maybe temperatures in the 60s. How would that sound?
That sounds all right. But, Dan, I believe that Courthouse, of course, we know how good they are. Wheelersburg is expected to be very good in the SOC this
Always
year.
are.
Zane Trace won the SVC last year in Greenup County. They won the state championship before in Kentucky. So it is true what Coach McGraw says, nothing's going to be easy.
No, nothing's going to be easy. But you know what they're all saying too? And there's those Jackson Ironman FAC champs from last year and undefeated again this year. So Jackson baseball at a pretty high level right now.
Right. Well, we want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank our tech crew here once again. Had to deal with just one camera as the wind knocked out our center field camera.
Actually, it was handheld there later in the game.
Oh, was it?
It was.
Okay,
so we
got back on
got
it.
some center field shots there, but we fought the elements tonight.
Well, we've got a lot of compliments on, the video feed that we're getting on there, and so we thank the crew there, Dylan Euler and all his crew for that. And we certainly want to thank the coach for coming up and talking to us. Want to thank you for being with me on these games. It makes it so much easier to have somebody a partner here. And once again, the final score: the Jackson Ironmen 5, the Washington Courthouse Blue Lines 4. And tonight's video, by the way, if you weren't live, it will be posted on the Total Media Sports YouTube channel. I'd watch from the 6th inning on for sure.
There you go. Well, Pete, we'll see you soon.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Jackson High School